Welcome, everybody, back to Dragonbane. We are here at the Adventure Archive. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got some people in the chat. We got Sam, as usual. We got Grandpa's Dice Bag again. Welcome, guys. We also have Adventures of Cadence Gaming. So good to have you. Tonight, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we are creating characters for the Path of Glory campaign. If you're new here, we did the entire Secret of the Dragon Emperor campaign, and it was a very, very long campaign, even though there were still 4 adventure sites, I believe, that we did not touch. So that was kind of my goal, is to like explore the entire game, every adventure site, but it was kind of getting a little long in the tooth, and I think we were all kind of itching to move on. Not to say it was a bad campaign, but it was a lot of fun. But you know, after a year and a half of playing the same campaign, it was time to mix it up. Yeah, so Sam, definitely question marks everywhere, because we don't know who any of these people are going to be, except Joey, who's mysteriously silent. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, we're going to be rolling up some characters. So if you guys have never experienced character creation in Dragonbane, well, now you get to check it out. So I'm going to try really quickly here to actually, before I start, don't forget, like the stream if you guys are watching now, and if you're watching in the future on the VOD, like the VOD, so we can climb the YouTube charts like our last campaign, which was awesome. Much appreciated. And I should probably thank some people. I should thank Patrick, the fine developer of the Dragonbane Foundry system. So we're using Foundry VTT, if you guys didn't know. And he's done everything. He's done the entire system. He's done the Path of Glory module, the Secret of the Dragon Emperor module, the Bestiary, the whole thing. And it is, every time I run a game that doesn't have a system or a module, I'm like, man, Patrick, why can't you make all the games? Because when we were running Cairn, there's nothing. It's like I had to manually do everything, so it's a bit of a headache. But so yeah, much appreciated to the developers. Okay, and then of course, tunes. We got Andreas again with the official Dragonbane soundtrack. And I might mix it up for the other stuff if we use other stuff. Hi Matt, Der Katastrophe as usual, but we'll see. They're still down on the bottom left of my screen right now, so go check them out. They do a lot of cool dungeon synth content. Particularly the stuff you guys were listening to on the stream starting soon was from Noel, one of the artists on the label. They just actually dropped a few new albums like yesterday, I think. So they do about 4 a month, 3 or 4 a month. But okay, yeah, we're talking about character creation. So let me switch this up. I'm going to try to share the PDF in the lower part of the map so you guys can see what's going on. But this doesn't seem to be liking what I'm doing here. Let's see here. I should apologize. I should have done this beforehand. Well, crap. Let me try from scratch, shall we? How's everybody doing in the chat? What are you guys up to? Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. We have some interesting characters that are going to be created. I have a little bit of insider knowledge. There's one of the characters is going to be from the Bestiary, which is going to be cool. And why is my PDF not showing up? Anyway, screw it. I'll talk you guys through it. So, first and foremost, in Dragonbane. Oh wait, let me read the chat really quick. Session 0, yes. Excited to see how y'all are going to put the advancement points for the start of the campaign. Yeah, exactly, because if you guys didn't know, Path of Glory is not a starting brand new adventure campaign. You guys have been around the block. You're seasoned, maybe not veterans, but you guys have gone on some adventures, so you guys need to have more advancement points. So, and that number is, I believe, 15 extra, or up to 15, but I think I'm going to give you guys 15 regardless, additional, because, let me pull up the Path of Glory thing, what it says. Because we played 47 episodes, or 47 sessions of the previous one, meaning you guys had that many advancement marks. At least, let's see here. Yeah, you guys also get at least 3 heroic abilities each, and skill level 16 or higher in their best skills. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we move forward. Also, 1 or more magical weapons in your possession. Keyword being weapons. My guess is because as there were some creatures in The Secret of the Dragon Emperor that can only be hurt by magical weapons. I'm thinking that's the reasoning here. Because it didn't say magical items, it says magical weapons. So that's something you guys in the chat can contribute ideas for, players as well. Otherwise, we can figure stuff out on the side off stream, what that's going to be. But anyway, let's start here. And then we'll do all this extra stuff a little bit after. So first and foremost in Dragonbane, what we got to do is character creation. Kin. So we got to choose our kin. So let's go around the virtual table. I guess we'll start with Matt. We'll do reverse order. What's your kin?
So I think for this campaign, I'm going to pull from the bestiary, and I'm going to play a cat person.
Nice. Cat person. Are you guys familiar with the cat people in the chat? Skills too. So Kurai Shinobi asks, are you getting these advancements from the book or creating that yourself? So the way they work in this game is they're just like experience points. So every time you get an advancement mark, you can assign it to any skill you want to try to upgrade that skill. And if you roll below that or below it, it goes up. No, wait, over it. Sorry, the reverse, yes. So if you roll that or above it, you get to increase that skill. So what's going to happen is when you get a pool of advancement points, like these players are going to get 15, they can choose however they want to. But we'll get there. So you're a kin. Ducky, what are you playing? What's your kin?
I am going so very interesting. Human.
Human. All right, nice. And what about you, Jess? You're on mute.
There we go. I'm gonna be a halfling.
Oh, okay, cool. Little halfling. Joey, what are you gonna be? I don't know. He's still quiet. I don't know why he's looking at me like that. I can't see his eyes. I don't like it. All right. Anyway, we'll find out what Joey's gonna be when he decides to speak up. Okay, that's it. We got a cat person, we got a human, and we got a halfling, and we got a mystery. It looks like he gave me his name, so it's Gwydion Danewin. So that's all we know so far. We'll have to wait for him to speak up. Anyway, okay. Innate ability. So I guess, Matt, what's your innate ability? We got to note that down on the character sheet. And actually, I can bring up people's character sheets if you guys want to see what they look like in Foundry. Let's see. Can I do that? Oh, I can. So these are what the fine character sheets look like, you guys. Pretty nice, huh? Oh, yeah. Do you want to briefly talk, Matt, about your character? Because I think you have such a cool idea that might inspire other people and how you're sort of utilizing this character.
Yeah. So this character I've played before in other games. So I kind of know them already. And the idea is that he is kind of like a character that might show up in like a book series, like a reoccurring character that might just pop up in a town, and then time goes by and suddenly this character kind of comes back in and they're doing something else. They've teamed up with another group of people and are maybe taking part in a different adventure. But like they might disappear again and then reappear, and then eventually they might become known, might be written in the legendary books about heroes. But that's far in the future. Right now, he is just kind of starting out, and he's probably been on a few adventures now, but up to this point, um, he's kind of like in the prime of his adventuring career.
Yeah, I
So
really like that idea because often when people are starting new characters, sometimes they get stressed out about backstory or what they want to be, and I think it's really neat to have this character that you're familiar with already carrying through separate games, even separate systems and everything. It's pretty cool. So, what's your innate ability?
So his innate ability, it's in the bestiary, is called 9 Lives. You want me to read it?
Yeah, I got it up on the screen here too, but so people can see. But yeah, go ahead and read it.
Okay, yeah. So the willpower points, it varies depending, I guess, on what I'm doing. But it says cat people have an incredible ability to emerge unscathed from even the worst of ordeals. Activating this ability grants a boon on a death roll at the cost of 2 willpower.
Mm-hmm.
The ability can also be used to reduce the number of d6s rolled for fall damage by 1 per willpower up to a maximum of 3 after the acrobatics roll to mitigate the damage.
That's pretty
So
cool.
yeah,
9 lives makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's your innate ability, and I guess I don't. What are the humans, Ducky? Innate ability. It looks like it's adaptive.
Right. I can't read it's not pulling up a description for me though.
Oh, really? Okay, let me see here.
Yeah, it's grayed out.
Oh, interesting. Let me try to, maybe it's because you don't have access to it, but let me see here. Adaptive. Huh.
I'm currently searching through my ever infinite folders for my PDF.
Yeah, well, no worries. I'll read it. I'll read it aloud. So, adaptive, this is very similar to humans in other games too. So, but when rolling for a skill, you can choose to make the roll using another skill of your choice. That's pretty damn cool. So typically we always know, at least that's the way humans are depicted, is their ability is that they're kind of chameleon-like. They're able to adapt and acclimate quickly. Maybe it's because they're short-lived and they're just, why they've grown to be that way. But you must be able to justify though how you use the selected skill instead of the normal one. The GM has the final word, but should be lenient. So a little bit of a narrative reasoning there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's cool. It costs you 3 willpower points, but yeah, if you want to level something up and you feel like you have another skill that's lower that you could roll instead, that's pretty neat. Because the higher you get to 18, the harder it gets. Okay, and halflings, it looks like your ability is hard to catch. Were you able to access that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wonder why Ducky doesn't have access.
Wait, by access you mean?
Like see it in the system, in the Foundry system.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not in the right place though. I don't see my token.
It should be under. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take hard to catch and I'm going to put it. It could be because we're running Path of Glory. Now it should be in your character sheet. Ducky, I'll get you adaptive. I'm guessing it's because I haven't given you guys access to the new folder structure, which is my fault. But so Magnus, you are about to get adaptive. Okay, there's adaptive.
Sweet.
Should be in there. And Jessica, can you see hard to catch?
No.
It's under abilities. I pulled it up so the chat can see. So it's you can activate this ability when dodging an attack, getting a boon to the evade roll. Totally makes sense for a halfling. Joey, what's yours? You're so quiet. I don't get it. Okay, moving on. We got profession. So this is where things are going to be fun. So I guess Matt, what's the profession of the your cat person?
So his profession kind of lines up with what he is will become known for. He is a thief,
Perfect.
and by his the way he says it, he is the greatest thief that's ever lived.
Of
So we'll
course.
see. He's a little bit yeah, he's a little bit proud of his ability and his skills. So uh,
Not to like jinx it, but part of me hopes that he's a
it's
terrible thief because
yeah.
that's gonna be so great to see that RP out. And then if it wasn't indicative, or if your profile picture wasn't indicative of what you are, Ducky, who is Magnus? Or what
He
is he?
is absolutely an acrobat. No, no. Magnus is a wizard slash mage. But I'm gonna kind of make a little bit of a twist. He's primarily going to be focusing on kind of a little bit of a theme here: beasts, with the beast unit coming in.
Oh, cool. Okay, I like it.
He may or may not have a student who studies in beasts.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we were talking about that. We hadn't really decided what that was going to be, if these characters were going to have any kind of links to the characters from the previous campaign, but it sounds like there's going to be. I forgot to ask, Matt, did you come up with a name yet for your character?
I did, yeah. So his name is Dagwood Softpaws.
That's awesome. Soft Pause. Okay, I'm just updating the overlay.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
Dagwood is
Okay.
his first name.
Okay, perfect. Do you just want that on the overlay, or do you want the whole thing?
Yeah, you just that on the overlay.
Okay.
He'll probably bring it up though every now and then.
Sensitive hands. Jess, I don't know if you've thought about a name yet or not, but
I'm looking at the halfling names. I think
Okay.
I will be Brine Periwick.
Brine Periwick. Nice, I like it. Okay. Is it Brine?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want just that on the overlay, or do you want Periwick in there? Sounds pretty cool. What do you feel like?
I think Brian's fine.
Brian's fine. Okay. All right. Let me update this, and we should have character names on the overlay, so you guys who are watching know who everybody's going to be. Let's see. Is it gonna? There we go. Everybody's updated. Okay. Up next, what did I forget? You're going to be a halfling. What else? The profession. So, Jess, why don't you tell everybody what your cool profession is?
I'm going to be a mariner.
A mariner. That's one that rarely I've seen played. What was your decision in that?
That was kind of why. I've never seen a mariner before.
But you were telling me you have an interesting approach to this mariner.
Oh, because they have a rope.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Never have rope.
Never have rope. That's what happened. If you guys missed the last campaign, these guys would go into the deepest, darkest dungeons and be like, oh, no rope. Damn.
We're gonna figure out how to lose it or get rid of it somehow.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was before Matt and Joey. I think there was an adventure where nobody had torches at some point too, and they were going into a dungeon. So that was pretty funny.
Right.
Okay, a mariner. But you're going to speak with a particular accent. Have you decided that that's for sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay. Why don't you tell everybody what accent you're choosing?
Are we doing that right now? Okay.
We don't have to. We can make it a surprise for session 1. I guess we don't have to give everything away.
Does everybody else know what accents they're going to be?
Yeah, I have a voice for Dagwood, but
We'll save it. Yeah,
I'll do that when we meet him.
Yeah, we'll just save it, I guess. Okay, so we got everybody's kin, we got everybody's innate ability, we got everybody's profession. Step number 4 is your age. So I think Dagwood, you said you were going to be young?
Yeah, this is gonna be I don't know the age range for cat people. Like when
I don't
they
either.
reach maturity or whenever they would become an adult. But I would say comparably, I think he probably is in his 20s. So since he's been, he's been on some adventures, maybe not with this particular party, but
Hmm.
since he's kind of a rover, he's been around a little bit and has a little bit of experience, and so but he's still pretty young.
Okay. And just so everybody knows, in Dragonbane, age actually means something. So if you are young, in the category of young, you get 6 trained skills, plus 2 additional ones. And then also your agility and your constitution are +1. And if you're an adult, you get 6 trained skills, plus 4 extra, but no adjustments on ability scores. And if you're old, you get 6 and 6, so a total of 12 trained skills, because you're very wise. However, you get strength, agility, and con -2, but intelligence and wisdom a +1. So you're much more physically frail, but you're smarter and wiser. So that's kind of cool in this. There's actually like reasons to be a certain age, not just for flavor. So it's kind of neat. And I think you said, Ducky, Magnus is going to be old.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, so I guess just make note that you're getting 6 + 6, so a total of 12 trained. Matt, you're going to get a total of 8 trained skills. And then Jessica, you said you're going to be just adult, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to get 6 and 4. So a total of 10. The next step is your name, which we already got all of that stuff. Now we got to roll attributes. So this is the fun part. We get to see how everything rolls out. Let me find the rules. It's been a while. Attributes. So it is 46, and you remove the worst dice. So it's pretty forgiving. So feel free, guys, to start rolling when you'd like to. And I think, yeah, you get to assign them to whatever you want. So there's no like rolling in order or anything like that.
Are we able to like drag halfling onto our character sheet?
Let me see if I can do that for you. It might be because I got to give you guys access. Because it might auto-calculate all of that stuff.
Yeah, I think that whenever I put in cat people as the kin on the background tab, and I originally put cat person and it didn't find it, so I changed it to cat people, how it's listed in the book, and then I think that's what helped it or fixed it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I did find halfling. I did drag that onto your character sheet, so it should be showing up now.
Okay, cool. Can you do mariner too? Because I can't.
Yeah, mariner. Boom. Profession. Yeah, you automatically get your, and I'll show everybody in the chat too. So the beauty of using Foundry is you just drag stuff into this sheet right here, and you guys can see how halfling, I just drag that in, mariner, and it adds all of the relevant abilities, like right here, hard to catch, sea legs. So pretty cool.
So you
yeah.
said rolling, you roll 46 for each skill?
Correct. Whoa! What is that? That was a bag of dice. Holy crap!
I actually rolled 41.
And then you roll 46 and then drop the lowest, or whichever, I guess it would be the lowest dice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's the skill.
Correct. But you can assign it however you'd like. So if you want to write everything down beforehand and see what you got, and then you guys can go. So we got a 12 for something. Serial. Oh man, I have you guys linked to your your old characters. But you rolled 129, so that's going to be an amazing ability score. Another 12. We got a 14. Okay, you guys are rolling decently. But I guess you got to remove one of those 6s.
So we
we'll
can
see where we
pick
are.
whichever one we want to remove, right?
Correct, yeah. So you can like for instance, the last one you rolled was a 14, so you could have, yeah, I would probably obviously remove the 2, so you're gonna have 3, 3, and 6.
And we just go down the line, or do we?
No. You can assign them however you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I would do is write them all down first, and then you can worry about assigning them. In which order. And as a thief, agility is going to be your primary attribute. I'm not sure what a mariner's is. Let's see. Mariner is agility as well. That's their key attribute. So the one thing to note about mariners, if you guys are unfamiliar, is that a lot of like merchants and scholars and all these professions that feel like, why would I want to be that? If you really look at the way these things are built, you'll quickly see that, for instance, like Gideon or Ducky, he played Gideon in the last campaign, and he was almost like an Indiana Jones style character, but he was obsessed with documenting monsters and stuff. That was his deal. So even though you're thinking like, because you were a scholar, right? That was right. Right, Ducky?
Yes.
Yeah. So don't be, before you decide to not choose a certain profession in Dragonbane, read the description, read the skills, and then I think when you read the skills, you're going to get a really good sense of like, oh, this is the kind of character I can play with this thing. Like with a mariner, it's like you don't have to be a pirate. Or with a scholar, you don't have to be just a guy who lives in a library and reads books all the time. When you start reading the skills, you'll kind of see exactly what. Or a merchant is a great example too. I played a merchant in a one-shot, and once you start reading the skills, like I said, awareness, bartering, bluffing, evade, knives, persuasion, sleight of hand, spot hidden, very thief-like in a way. So yeah, I encourage you guys to read deeper than the titles if you're playing Dragonbane. What else? And then, so for a mage, do you know what school of magic you're going to choose yet, Ducky?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so there's Animist, there's Elementalist, and there's Mentalist. So there's 3. However, just so you guys know who are watching this, I've said the Book of Magic Kickstarter just wrapped like about a week ago, and it's going to have a ton of more schools of magic. So I told Ducky, I said, hey, I know we're going to start Path of Glory soon, but I'll tell you what, like when that book comes out, like I'll let you totally respec your character if you want to be a different school of magic. Because I'd say my one complaint about Dragonbane as it stands right now is the magic is pretty limited in terms of variety, but that's going to change very soon, which is cool. So I think the beta of that PDF comes out in, I think they said the fall, so maybe a couple months, 2 or 3 months, but we'll probably still be playing this thing. And then I guess we'll look at Thief. Thief's pretty obvious, but agility, of course, and acrobatics, awareness, bluffing, evade, knives, sleight of hand, sneaking, spot hidden. Oh, and you have a heroic ability, backstabbing. Don't forget about that. Yeah. And then Mariner, your heroic ability, as it's already there, sea legs. And then the mage is, you don't get one, unfortunately, but you get a school of magic. So that's how they mitigate that. However, you guys are going to get additional heroic abilities, which you don't have to pick on stream. Just make note of it. And then for next week, be ready to go. You're going to get at least 3. So let's say 3. You guys are going to get at least 3 heroic abilities outside of the one you get from starting your starting class or profession. And then also, once we get past the rolling abilities, we're going to talk about skills, I believe. So you're going to get a lot more points to distribute there too. But how are we looking on abilities so far?
I have it kind of worked out. I didn't get all. I kind of got a wide range of different skill numbers, and so there's some really good ones, and there's some pretty bad ones. So
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I got your character sheet up right now. So it looks like you got a 9 in strength, 10 in con, 15 agility, 12 intelligence, 9 will, and 14 charisma. Very charismatic. Which it sounds like he's the best thief there ever was. So
of course,
gotta be. It looks like you might be kind of a scaredy cat, though.
Yeah.
When you're rolling for fear, we all know in Dragonbane you roll against will, so
yeah, that fits.
that will be great. That'll be great. Does anybody else have their scores situated?
Yeah.
Mine are situated without the bonuses that I get for my age.
Oh, okay. So yeah, why don't you do that? So you're gonna get a -2 to, I think it's strength, con, and agility, but you get a +1 to will and
Oh.
intelligence.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was just checking the chat,
Yeah.
and Karai Shinobi said, by the book, when you roll stats in Dragonbane, you're supposed to assign them wherever you want as you roll them, but then can swap too.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the reminder. It's been a while since we've rolled up any characters. That's all right.
Yeah, I think that just kind of as I went through, as I rolled, because I rolled a lot of, my roll order was 12, 15, 14, 10, 9, 9. So I was hitting the high numbers at the beginning of my rolls, and then it went down to my last two were 9s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of looking at thinking about how I want to play him and what he should be good at. Yeah, I think that putting the 15 under agility just would have happened. With it being the second one, I think that even if it wasn't, and I'd put the 12 there, thinking, oh, that's a pretty high number, I would have swapped it with 15.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
That's what I mean. I think you're going to end up doing that regardless, because we all know that every single profession has a preferred ability or skill. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. You guys are going to place all the things where you think, and then you're like, oh crap, I got to swap them. So I think it'd probably be the same anyway. But it looks like so far, Magnus, you're a bit frail, my friend. Strength of 7, con of 9. But your intelligence is great at 16. Your will is 13 is also great. At 13 is also great. And charisma is 9. So you're not the most likable guy, I guess. Maybe a little bit of a curmudgeon or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see how the RP goes.
He's a bit oblivious.
Bit oblivious. Okay. I like it. And then Jess, I got your character sheet up now. Brian. Are these settled where you want them? So we got 11 strength, we got 12 con, 16 agility. Damn, intelligence. Whoa, intelligence and will at 15. That's crazy.
I know, I rolled a 19,
you rolled. Damn.
18.
Wow.
And the 21.
But you're a salty dog with a charisma of 7.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to see that play out for sure. Cool. Well, those are all the stats of the characters, everybody. And now what we got to do is calculate your derived ratings, which are... Where are the derived ratings? I should have read this entire character creation thing before streaming, but because it's been, I don't know, almost 2 years since I've looked at it. Derived ratings. Here we go. So your derived ratings, they're based on your attributes. You have a number of derived ratings that are used in various ways. So your movement, of course. So humans, I'm guessing it probably just added all of this stuff for you guys in the character sheet. So humans have a movement of 10 by default. Halflings 8. What is the cat person movement?
It's listed as 12. And
12, okay.
when I put in the profession, or no, the kin, it auto added it.
Oh, cool. And you're also going to get damage bonuses, everybody, which I believe those must have already calculated as well. I see them on, Brian's sheet. So, for instance, if you have less than a 12 in strength and agility, it's nothing. 13 to 16, it's plus D4, 17 plus D6. And then hit points. That is equal to your con, but can be increased by heroic ability robust. So that might be something you guys want to take if you feel it's necessary. But the thing I love about, one of the things I love about Dragonbane is you're not going to have 50, 100 hit points. You're always going to be stuck with this for the most part. So, and then last but not least is willpower. And that should already be auto-calculated as well. I see Brian's sheet as well. Yeah, so, yeah. Again, the system, easy peasy.
Wait, my movement's only supposed to be 8. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's showing up as 12.
Oh, I wonder if it was like your agility is so high or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm sure it makes sense in the context of the system. I think. We'll find out. Oh yeah, here we go. This is why. I found it. Agility 13 to 15 is +2. Agility 16 to 18 is +4. So yeah, agility is going to modify your... it can also modify it in a negative way as well. So 1 to 6 is -4, 7 to 9 is -2.
Okay.
So yeah, the math, the auto math is great. Okay, now it's time to do train skills. Have you guys noted train skills yet? And those are the ones I listed before, so those are dependent upon your age, which is, as a reminder, if you're young, you get a total of 8. And if you're an adult, you get a total of 10. And if you're old, you get a total of 12. And you
what
guys
do we do? Add those to our skills?
Skills, correct. So for instance, on yours, you're already trained in... They're the bolded ones. Swimming, seamanship. Yeah.
Is there a limit to, like, I couldn't pump all 8 of my skills into knives, right? Is it like just 1 per?
It's that's a good question. Let's see. Base skill, base chance isn't getting on the character sheet. Let's see, free skill level, starting level. In addition to the base chance, you started with a number of train skills, 8, 10, or 12. At the start of the game, your level and train is equal to twice the base chance. Okay, well, that's obvious. 6 of your train skills must be selected from those by your profession. Oh, okay, so I see. That's what the 6 plus X is. The rest, 2, 4, 6, depending on your age, are chosen freely. You can increase for the game. So you want to know if you want to spam one?
Well, if I did, I'm not going to, but I just wanted to know, do I need to keep it, if I wanted to put 2 into 1 skill, is that allowed? Or do I need to make sure
well, that's for advancement points. So right now, all of these skills should be calculated based on your attributes, right? You just need to choose other train skills.
I see.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
So once we do the advancement points, then yeah, I will say, because we're starting this new campaign and you guys, yeah, you can spam if you want to spend a bunch of advancement points on one ability. Yeah, by all means.
Okay. So how do you select what you're trained in? Just in
I think what I might need to do for you guys is do it by dragging it from the item list. So do you have something in
the box? It gave me a prompt and asked me if I wanted it trained.
There you go.
Okay.
Magic. Patrick has thought of everything. So
but
you
I
guys
did notice
can,
mine capped out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I said I noticed mine capped out at 8. So I had to manually go in and do the 4 more.
To mark them? Because you get 6 that are come with your profession, and then you'd have another 6 that you can pick manually. So you're saying 2 more capped it out in the system than your base?
I meant for the core skills, like for the trained skills, because of the age. It was 12, right?
Yeah. So you get your 6, your first 6 from your profession, which is let me get your sheet really quick here. To do skills. So why are none of yours bolded? That's weird. Oh, because I need to drag. I need to drag mage over for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might redo mine then.
That'll help. So if I drag over
Yeah.
mage under, where is it? Yeah, that's why, because that's okay. I got it now. Professions. Oh, I got to know what your school is, right? I can't just drag over mage. So I got to know if you're going to be a mentalist, a elementalist, or an animist.
I think I'm gonna go with animist.
Animist? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So when I do this, this should show, everything should show up correctly. Bolded anyway, I should say. All right, so here we go. Animist. Boom. There we go. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go. So you guys see, hopefully in the stream, all of his trained skills are bolded. But you're going to get, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 more.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through and redo those up.
Yeah, no worries. And then I need to drag over Thief for you, right, Matt? Or did you get that?
Well, I think so, because I'm not
Okay.
sure if it calculated everything correctly. I do have bolded things, so maybe.
Maybe. Let me look at your character sheet really quick here. Let's see. Yeah, it's in there. Thief.
Okay.
Yeah, you got bolded stuff.
All right. So
You're good to go.
as we select these eight train skills,
Mm-hmm.
they need to also be bolded. Is that correct? That's the end result of what we're trying to do, is get them trained so that they're bolded.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can choose an additional 2 to be trained.
Okay. And by doing that, just click the empty box for advancement.
What did you? Let's see here. What happens if I click on? What does it say if you do that? Does it do anything?
I will, like, if I clicked persuasion, it says you're marking persuasion for advancement.
Oh, there
So
we
I
go.
should not do that, right?
Correct. So you want? Yeah, I just clicked on it, and it will say you are marking, let's say, bushcraft for advancement, but you have advanced fewer skills. Blah blah blah. Would you like to select bushcraft as one of your train skills instead? And you should have a train or a mark.
So in that case, I would hit train.
Yeah. And that should adjust the number for you.
It does. Okay.
Cool.
But it did not bold it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you look under where I have persuasion, it
Maybe you
upped it
need to hit mark as well.
Okay, I'll try that. Oh, now it did. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to 6.
See what the chat's going. Adventure Cadence. This is why I love watching you guys. Jason says I should have read that. You know what's funny? Adventures of Cadence Gaming is that I got a lot of comments on the first 0 session for Secret of the Dragon Emperor saying the GM was not very prepared. And history repeats itself, I guess.
The mark one did not do it either. So
Okay.
just hitting it and then training it. It does throw it over in my skills on the main page.
Okay. Then I'm going to say it's...
But it doesn't bold it. It must just only bold your starting...
Yeah, that must be it. That must be it. Which, it's fine. As long as it changes the number, we're good, because that's really what matters. Okay, while you guys are picking skills... Let's
Wait,
see
so
what's up next. What?
Do I get 2 more?
You get 4 more.
4 more, but it already has 8 highlighted or bolded.
So you get, as an adult, you get 6 trained skills, which are from your profession, and then you get 4 more based on your age.
So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bold. So I'd need 10 bold.
Correct. Well, like Matt said, I don't know if they're going to bold them or not, unless
It won't, but I also have 8 bolded.
Oh, there must be something else that I'm missing that adds more skills, I guess.
How did you make your extra 2 trained?
I checked the box, the empty box next to it,
Yeah.
and then I hit whenever the pop-up comes up, I hit train, and then it just does that. Like it automatically adds the numbers to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But then it shows up on your main tab under your skills. So I chose persuasion, but also I chose crossbows.
So I didn't mean to do that.
And it upped it to both of them from 6 to 12.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Because in this game, the way it works is there's a base chance for untrained stuff, right? And so that's all dependent upon your ability score. Whereas if you're trained, you get the higher, you get the higher version of it.
So the other ones, the ones that are trained, but are my starting trained, are still at the base number. Like my acrobatics is at 6, my awareness is at 5. Do those need to go up to that higher number as well? Like, do I need to train them?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm reading this right now. So starting skill levels, in addition to the base chances, you start out with a number of trained skills, 8, 10, or 12, depending on your age. At the start of the game, so I guess that's weird. I wonder why you guys said you should have 8, Matt, because you're young. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't drag adult over to Brian's character sheet, and that's why it's showing up as 8, because it should show up as 10. Maybe that's another element we got to drag over to the system here. Let's see if age is in here.
On Brian's character sheet, does it say under your background tab? Do you have it listed, your age?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, what is it listed
There's a
as?
drop down for it.
As adult.
Oh, there you go. So you got to be adult, Brian, and then Magnus, you got to be old, and that should embolden all your stuff, hopefully.
So for the 8 skills that we started with, so for like the sneaking, spot hidden, knives that a thief starts with, do I need to go through those and train them as well, even though they're bolded?
No. So those should already be trained. Basically, when you have thief on your character sheet, it should have marked all of your. It doesn't look like it did though.
It didn't. So I'm going to go through each one and just train them.
Okay.
Just so that because they didn't show up automatically on my main page.
Gotcha.
Only the 2 that I trained, so I'll go ahead and just train them.
Okay.
Maybe dragging you over might have done that.
I can drag it over if you want.
Yeah, try that and just see if it does change it and do it automatically.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
And if not,
did you manually enter thief? Is that what you did?
I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is probably.
If you want to delete that.
Well, let's see what happens if I just override it. I'm just curious here. Thief, all right, dragging it in, boom.
Yep. And then
did that fix it?
Skills. It didn't. So
did not. Interesting.
No, so I'll go ahead and just train them, just to get them up to their what they should be.
You know what's funny is it lists all of them, and if you look at the actual thief profession in your character sheet, it lists them all. So, but either way, whatever. Maybe it was like you said, it's because we did it backward.
Weird.
Patrick's like, he's shaking his head right now. He's like, you guys. You guys.
What the heck? Oh. Weird. Yeah, it's weird how it looks like my crossbows is trained, but it didn't It's not bold.
Yeah, that's what mine was doing as well.
I'm going to open all of your guys' character sheets on my side and drag whatever you guys need into it to make it easier. Because I think we have to, the way Foundry works, unfortunately, I talked to Patrick about this, is that you have to manually change the entire, like every folder item to give you guys permissions to drag stuff in. Whereas it'd be nice if I could just click on the root and say, good to go. But I'll make sure to do that before we get to session 1. So is there anything you guys need me to drag over for you?
I think I'm good right now.
Heroic abilities, right?
Bill?
Mhm.
Heroic abilities.
Oh yeah, we haven't picked those yet though.
Well, you start with them. So, well, the first one anyway. So, for instance, Matt, yours is backstabbing, which I
Yep.
guess is already in there, right?
It is.
Okay, and then maybe it just did it with when I dragged the profession over. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, I did. So you're just sea legs, chess, and then Magnus is his. Oh yeah, he gets just the School of Magic.
Yeah.
That is all. All right, next up, what do we got to do? We got heroic. Choose or roll your weakness. Does anybody? Do you guys want to do weaknesses this time? Because when you give into
Yes.
your weakness, you get to remove a condition, I believe, right? So cadence gaming, your 6+2, 6+4 profession skills are the bold ones. Then you get to pick 2, 4, or 6 from any skill.
Okay. Yeah,
the
I
wording
think I'm
was-
good.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks,
Cool.
man. Or lady. Not sure what you are. Okay. Let's see what's up next. So we want to do weaknesses. What are you guys thinking?
How do we roll them?
Oh, you want to roll it or do you want to pick one?
Oh, we were supposed to pick them.
Either.
I'm gonna roll for it.
Yeah, it's whatever you want.
Yeah, I think I'll do that too.
Is it a D20?
Let's see here. Overcoming weakness. Where's the list? Here we go. Oh yeah, you guys can also roll your appearance as well if you'd like. I forgot that table was in here.
Yeah, are we gonna do all of the roll tables or no?
Well, some of the roll tables are, I don't know, they're like names and stuff, or you can even roll for your profession. You can randomize the entire thing. But anyway, sorry. Weaknesses are it's a D20. If you, it's on page 26 if you have the PDF. But yeah, you can just roll it. And you know, once you overcome the weakness, you can choose a new one if you'd like. I think we were talking about that last time.
I think I
So
got
it looks
same
like you,
weakness.
what did you guys roll? 16?
I got,
Kinda perfect.
4.
Oh, you got a 4? Okay.
Yeah.
So 4 is foolhardy. I always go first into danger. That sounds like a perfect weakness for a wizard.
Yep.
It's the exact kind of weakness you want.
It plays right into his characters. It's gonna be great.
Oh, Joey is giving us messages through the ether. Thanks, Joey. Then you can use your extra points, the 2, the 4, the 6, based on age, and the other 2 professional skills or anything. Yeah, that's kind of what it was reading like, but then I don't know, the math was kind of strange in the description. But yeah, the age shows that. Okay, so you got foolhardy. Did anybody else roll yet? D20?
I did, but I got pessimistic again. I don't want to do
Oh no, yeah,
Reroll.
that one's hard.
that. Yeah, and I'm gonna do gluttonous. That was the second roll.
There you go, gluttonous. And Matt, did you roll for Dagwood?
I did, and it makes sense. I rolled a 16, which is boastful. I always exaggerate my accomplishments.
Perfect. Okay. And then
So that's
also
gonna be easy to hit because he can never shut up about
Yep.
how great he is.
Yep. And we can also roll mementos if you guys want to as well. It's I think that's something we never used, I believe, in the campaign. I think we just kind of forgot about them. It's a D20 as well, or you guys are welcome to pick your own if you want, or whatever you want. Cadence Gaming is a sir. Well, welcome, sir. It's Tigrid from Discord. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Gotcha. Well, glad you could join us tonight. So what are you guys thinking? Rolling a memento? Pick a memento?
I rolled my
I
memento.
rolled for mine.
Oh yeah? What'd you guys get?
Go ahead, Ducky.
I got a 17.
So you got a, what is it? A bone whistle.
Ooh.
It'd be cool if Magnus is missing a finger. And that's the whistle.
Ooh, I like that.
I got a locket containing a lock of hair.
I did too.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
I might re-roll.
Okay.
Well, that
If you
explains where
want
my
to keep
hair
it, I
went.
can reroll.
Maybe we both re-roll.
A bone whistle.
Yeah, I got a bone whistle too.
What? A party of bone whistle? I mean, that could be a cool story.
All right, everybody, on 3.
That's hilarious.
The old shoes. All right, I'll do trusty old shoes.
Trusty old shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dice made of bone.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
More bone
dice.
stuff. Magnus missing 3 fingers. I don't know. We'll see.
Are you gonna drag those onto our shoes?
It could just be like a little whistle, right? It could be like a little stubby whistle. Or maybe it's like the 3 joints fused together into a whistle. What'd you say, Jessica?
You have to drag all our stuff onto our sheets.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right, you're right, you're right. All right. So let me do that. So we got bone whistle. Now that is in Magnus's. You said you had shoes, right?
Yeah,
Your
old
trusty old shoes. All right. Brian, you should have that. And then you have dice, right?
Yep.
Dice. A couple of bone dice. All right. And then you guys need your weaknesses as well. Or did you guys make note of those already?
I typed it in.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Looks like, yeah, they're not even in here. Okie doke. Where are we now in the list of character creation? We got weakness, choose or roll your gear. Do you guys want to roll your gear or choose your gear? So if you look at your profession area, you can see what you can choose from. It's like a little package. It's like a care package. We already got memento and then appearance, and that's it. So what do you guys think about your gear? Do you guys want to choose it from the character list, or do you want to roll it?
I'll roll mine.
Okay.
They're all pretty cool.
I'm gonna probably take a second to choose mine.
Yeah, no problem.
Where's the table?
It is on page 20 under Mariner. It's a D6 roll for gear. So 1 to 2 gets you one package, 3 to 4 is a second, 5 to 6. I think a trident would be pretty cool. That's a 5 to 6. You get a trident, a spyglass, rope, grappling hook, torch, flint and tinder, D8 food rations, and D10 silver.
Hmm.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, which is, let's see, 2 daggers, marbles, rope. Everyone's getting rope. It's great.
Yeah.
Torch, flint and tinder, D6 food rations, and D10 silver. Cool. Twin daggers. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Excited about that.
Mm-hmm. What
So
about?
is that
Yeah,
a package that you can just drag over and it will drop everything
I
in there, or do you
don't
just
think so. I think I gotta manually do it. So let me get this PDF on one side, and I'll
I
do
just
that
ended a
while
roll.
everyone's figuring it out here. So let's go to items, and we'll go to daggers. Boom, boom. You should have 2 daggers now.
Yep.
And you need marbles. And you need, what else? Rope?
hemp rope?
Hemp rope. Not the fancy silk rope. You get flint. And
Yep, I get a torch also.
Get a torch.
Food rations.
Is it, how many are you going to get? I guess I'll just put rations
Yeah.
in your character sheet, and you can update
5.
the field rations. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can roll the silver. All right. What about everybody else? What do you guys need dragged into your sheets?
1 silver.
Oh, no. The best thief in the lands, right? That's the proof.
I guess so.
Otherwise, or maybe he's a big spender. Did Jess or Ducky, did you guys choose something? Or
I
roll
ended up
something?
rolling a 3.
Okay. So 3 is a knife, wand, grimoire, torch, flint and tinder, D6 food rations, and D8 silver. So why don't you roll D6 for your food and D8 for your silver, and I'll start dragging over your other goodies.
I'm rich.
Would you get 1, 2?
4.
Hey, you got a sleeping pelt. That's pretty handy. Don't forget about Dragonbane's traveling rules. Not
He
having
is
a
old,
tent.
so
That's true.
he has to nap often.
Flint, okay. Ration. And then you should be cleared, Magnus. You can just modify your ration amount.
Sweet.
And Brian, what does Brian have?
I think I'm gonna go with dagger, short bow, rope, grappling hook, sleeping pelt.
Oh man, you're not going for the trident?
Trident seems so impractical.
I know, but it looks cool.
I don't even know what ability that would be.
It's strength,
skill.
strength.
Yeah, my strength sucks.
Oh, okay. The cool thing about a trident, though, I imagine anyway, I should probably look it up, is that it probably has a long reach. Let me see. That is one cool thing about this game
one time
as well.
long reach. Worst weapon in Minecraft.
Yeah, the trident is a strength weapon. It's 2d6. It's one-handed, though. It's smaller than I thought.
Do they mean
Yeah.
fork?
Probably just light.
Yeah, it's weird. So it does toppling, piercing, and can be thrown as well, though. Yeah, I guess it makes more sense for you to have a dagger because you're an agility person. Okay, so dagger for Brine. You also get a spyglass, which is something that nobody ever had.
Can we do it? I don't think
Yeah.
I did.
Oh shit, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry.
I
you're
want
right.
one, but I don't have
Oh,
one.
I know. Oh, you get a short bow too.
Yeah.
Short bow. You also get a quiver. quiver of arrows. Oh, weird. It doesn't say if it's... Do you want iron head arrows or quiver head arrows?
I can pick.
I think the iron head, those are more valuable for sure. Yeah, because
Yeah.
quiver... Yeah, I guess we'll just do wooden for now. Unless, I mean, you can have iron if you want. I mean, everything's the same except the value.
I mean, I would probably prefer the more valuable ones, but I don't know if I get to choose.
Ah, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's going
All
to
right.
matter.
I'll take him.
And then we're going to do some rope. Man, everybody's got some rope except Magnus, I guess, but that's good. Rope, hemp. For Brian, we got grappling hook. That's awesome.
Mm.
Sleeping pelt as well. Do you have any ability to not need a sleeping pelt, Matt?
No, but I think I'm my own sleeping pelt, so
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was curious if you could, because I know, like, I think it's like
I would just get
goblins or
hot
something, right?
if I had a sleeping pelt and
Fur.
I'm super furry.
Okay, torch. What else we got? We got flint and tinder. And what else? So I need you to roll me a D8 for your rations.
I got 3,
3, okay, and then a D10 for silver.
9.
Okay. I think we're done. We did it.
Wait, what about our appearance?
Oh yeah, you guys can roll for your appearance. That's right. Oh shit, we also have to roll for... Well, you guys, it's up to you. If you guys want to do it now or you can do it later, all of your, you know, extra skill points you're going to get, your advancement points, totally up to you if you want to think about it, but we can do it tonight as well. But appearance... Let me find that in the rule book.
Grandpa's dice bag wants to know what Joey's playing.
Joey's
Hey, Joey,
going to be... Yeah, Joey, what are you playing? I forget. I don't know. He's not talking, Grandpa.
I think he wants to keep it a surprise.
Yeah, I think he does. Okay, so appearance. I just had it. There we go. It's a D20 if you want to roll it.
I'm not going to roll this one.
Okay.
Do you only do it once? Since these things are like, you could do like 2 or 3 of them.
True.
It said, yeah, it does. It says choose for yourself or make one or more rolls on the table. So you can have multiple appearance traits if you'd like. Does not have to be just one.
I'm going to pick one, but I'm also going to, I think I'll roll one.
There's some interesting ones.
Maybe I'll get the one I picked.
I like how it says balding, but then depending on kin.
It's like a cat person.
Yeah, but what if you were like a bald cat? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
You'd have to get his character art redone.
Yeah, I'd have to get a different character art. All right, so I rolled a 1.
Okay, so you
I
got
an ugly scar
across
my cheek, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
Fits for a thief.
Yep.
But I'm choosing, because this is kind of the character. He is not your prototypical thief, like what you're thought of a cat person thief. He is a little husky. So I'm choosing 6, a bit of extra weight around the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a little bit of a don't want to be rude, but he's a fat cat.
I like it. No, I think will be a fun character to see how he plays out. What about Brian and Magnus? Did you guys roll in anything? Or are you choosing something? What's the plan?
I got silver tooth, limp, and balding. I'm gonna drop the balding. I'll keep the silver tooth and the limp. I think the limp's
Okay.
kind of funny because I'm so agile, but I like walk around with the limp
Oh.
sometimes.
Yeah, or maybe
Just
it's
goes
like
away.
maybe it's a false limp. Maybe you pretend a limp to get the
Yeah, it gives
better
me like
of
a
your
little
opponents.
swagger.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. What about Magnus? Anything for you?
So I rolled a 4, but I don't have the table in front of me because I
Oh,
still
it's a
haven't found my PDF.
you have a constant smile on your lips.
That's a little
That's what
creepy,
it
but I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. I like
And
it.
I'm
I
also gonna
like
go
it.
with balding too because it goes with the age.
Yeah, of course. Cool. Okay, so next up, we have our characters. We have Brian the Mariner, we have Magnus the Mage, and we have Dagwood the thief, the cat person thief. And Joey is incredibly quiet. He's talking to us through someone else through the chat. I don't know what's going on, but I'll have to find out next week what Joey's doing. Okay. So do you guys want to do the additional advancement marks now?
Sure.
You want to do them now? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, according to Path of Glory, are going to get Ooh, chat. Tell me, chat. Should we what do you think? So in Path of Glory, it says at least 10 to 15 sessions under their belt. And we know in Dragonbane that equals to what? You could potentially get, I mean, if you maxed it out, I think you can get 5 per session. Right? Let me do the math here.
Well, I
Because we
would say
might
that
go ahead.
because Jess and Ducky played the full campaign where Joey and I only played about half. Like we joined halfway through, so
Yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, it says if the players have completed the Secret of the Dragon Emperor, blah blah. Yes, we did, but we're not using the same characters. If they are too inexperienced, we recommend that they get a number of extra advancement rolls and heroic abilities the same way. So we could do. I mean, there's 47 episodes. So you guys, according to the Dragonbane rules, I mean, you guys could have 47. But the funny thing is, it says like 10 to 15 sessions. But if you do the math and just say it's an average of 3, that is 45. So that's 45 points if we did an average of 3. So what does the chat think?
I think it should be a minimum of 75, 5 minimum times 15 sessions.
5 minimum times 15. Yeah, that's the max. 75 points. Sam Dark says 240. He really stuck up tonight. Yeah, he is. You're right, Bunny. I think that it should be a minimum of 75 points, 5 minutes, 15 sessions. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of clicking for you guys.
Okay.
75.
75?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I don't understand what we're doing.
So it's just like
What are
when
we
you advance.
clicking?
So when you tick on the little box,
Which box?
the box on the skill. So if you go to your skills, there's boxes to the left.
Oh,
You can mark it,
yeah.
and then you just click.
So like whenever we're doing advancement,
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing 45 times?
75 times.
75
That's why I
times.
was saying, like, if you guys want to like do that on the side and not on stream.
So we're beefing up our advancements with like 75 times. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Well, yeah, you're gonna pick however many you want in whatever order you want, and like you said, you can spam them if you want. If you want to just keep spamming
So we'll
one
have a
over and
few
over and
probably
over.
like maxed out.
Yeah, some of them will probably be at 18, I would guess, or at least close.
Yeah, I mean, ideally.
Yeah,
Okay.
because let's
We
see.
could do a couple
So,
of them. We don't have to do all of them right now. We could just do like 10.
yeah, because realistically, like, if we did 47 sessions, and let's just say it was an average, I feel like an average of 3 might, well, let's just say an average of 3. That's 141. So, according to finishing Dragonbane, there could be 141 potential advancement points. That would mean that every single session you guys played, you got 3. However, I'm curious to what Free League, what they think a full session is, because ours are pretty short. They're, you know, only 2 hours ish, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. So you guys could potentially advance a lot quicker. So if we want to do 75, that's kind of at the lower end, meaning like maybe it's a little bit more challenging, or we could do something in the middle, like, you know,
In
100.
the middle sounds like more reasonable
Yeah.
because there are going to be times that we got everything and sometimes that we didn't. And also, as like in the
Because I
in the
don't think
chat,
there was a single one where you guys ever got 5. Because that would
right.
be like giving into weakness, overcoming an all like a pretty broad thing. It was more like 2 or 3 you guys were getting.
But in the chat, is this right? If it says you can get more from getting dragons and demon rolls, Karai said that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And
I
we
forgot
got a
about
bunch
that.
of.
Yeah.
Didn't get a whole ton of dragons,
You got-
but we
so
got a
what-
bunch of demon rolls.
So what do you want to do? So if we're saying like the max is, what was the max? 5 times 47. Is that the 240? That's 235.
Okay.
So max 235. Minimum would be well, shit, that's hard to calculate because of dragons and demons. Let's just say
We did
3
so
times
half of
47.
235 is 117.5. What if we did like 125?
Yeah. Chat, what do you think? 125? You get,
You do
that's
the
going to
first
be
25 on stream.
that's going to be a lot of clicking. Yeah, we could do maybe just some of them, the first 25 on stream or something, because
Yeah.
I'm guessing you guys are gonna need some kind of tally marker thing. 125
Yeah.
sounds good. Okay, everybody agrees 125.
I like it. So yeah, we'll do 25 right now. I'm just gonna pump knives.
And chat, any ideas on any magical items and stuff? So it's the funny thing about Dragonbane is there are magical weapons. There are some from Secret of the Dragon Emperor. I think I was either thinking like the players could come up with an idea for one, or you know, you guys in the chat, if you guys have any ideas for some magical weapons, and then we could just kind of see if they're OP or if they'll be suitable. Because I feel like most of the, let me just look at them right now. Most of the weapons in Dragonbane weren't very overpowered. They were pretty basic. How's the skill check looking? You guys, there's a big old pile of dice on my screen.
I got staffs to 17.
Oof, nice. But you have a knife. You don't even have a staff, right?
I actually have a wand, so I don't know what that falls under, actually.
A hand mirror that shows you 15 minutes into the past. That's pretty cool. I like that. But actually, weapons. Basically, that's what Path of Glory specifies. So it says here on page 7, if you guys have the book. Not the players, if you guys are watching and have the book. 1 or more magical weapons in their possession. So just to give you guys an idea, let me pull some magical weapons from the original campaign. So we have, where are we here? We have Fiend Crusher, which I believe is from Rittermount. And this one, all it does is the Warhammer is magical and glows red whenever the bearer is within 10 meters of a demon. So it's stuff like that. It's not necessarily crazy damage or anything like that. They just have these cool little abilities. Or for instance, also Bothild's Broadaxe. It's a master-crafted battle axe and is adorned with runes that recount its owner's exploits. So this is something else we were talking about, is that if your characters from the last campaign had a cool magical weapon that you think makes sense, and maybe you guys, we haven't really talked about backstory and stuff. If there's a reason why you guys might have that weapon, that would be fine too.
Bunny Cat thinks maybe somebody should have the Blade of Friendship from Ponyborg.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun. I've made 12 rolls so far, and I got knives up to 18.
Damn.
So.
And you have a lot left.
Yeah, I've only rolled 12 times.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, we're doing Cadence Gaming, we're doing 125. And see, here's the thing that's curious is that, yeah, Matt just got his knives to 18 already. Which means you get an additional heroic ability on top of the 3 you guys are going to get anyway on top of your profession. So let's see. Karai says, suggestion about the trident. As long as Brian has a minimum 10 of strength to use the weapon, which is the throw range as well, you might be able to use the stave's agility skill to roll to hit. Yeah, we could homebrew that too if you wanted to do it. And Sam, you said Philip Reed has 5 supplements on Drive-Thru-RPG for treasures. Okay. I'll check that out. And then Blade of Friendship. Yeah, Philip Reed, that guy cranks out stuff like... It's insane. I backed his stuff way back in the Merkborg days when he started out. At least when I first discovered him. But yeah, he's a machine. He is going and going and going. Yeah, so for instance right here, there is a curved goblin dagger. I don't think this one is magical though. It's
okay,
coated
that's
with
my 25.
poison. You got your 25?
Yep.
I'm
So
at 40.
damn, really?
Yeah.
You're just clicking like crazy. Did you max anything out yet?
No.
Okay,
I'm
so
not rolling very good.
if anybody make note if you max something out, because you guys will get 3 heroic abilities in addition to the one with your profession, and if you max any ability out, you'll get an additional heroic ability there. So
okay,
just keep track.
I'll
of
wait
that.
until I do get all 125 click to see how many I have at 18. There might
Are
be
you trying
a
to
few.
max something else out?
No, now I'm kind of spreading it around. I wanted to get one weapon like as good as I could get it.
Yeah.
And then I'll spread the rest out to like my main skills. So I don't want to. I want the stuff that I'm good at. I want to be really good at it. And the stuff I'm not so good at, it doesn't. Somebody else will be really good at that.
Yeah. I like that, Sam. A magical skeleton key. There's a 1 in 4 chance of opening a mundane lock. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want items too, I'll say like at least 1 magical weapon. But then like if you guys want a couple of cool little oddities like that, I would allow it. Yeah, at least 1 or more magical weapons in their possession. But, we could sub in items as well. That might be kind of fun. Oh, that's credit to Philip Reed. Okay. Hey, we got GM Runs Game. What's up, Thomas? So the sulfuric sword, a sword which releases a steady sulfuric scent, gain a boon on social checks versus demons. Oh, that's cool. But a bane on social checks versus draconic aligned factions. That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, I think magical weapons like that are kind of neat, where it's not necessarily damage based, but it's like yeah, so players, if any of these sound cool, have at them. And we'll add them to the character sheet. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to give you guys a brief heads up about the beginning of this campaign and what you like, why you might be here. And so I've already talked to Joey about it, and he's still being quiet, but so he kind of has an idea. But basically, you guys are going to be facing The first place you're going is the Dead Forest, a place called the Dead Forest. And you are there because in traditional Dragonbane or RPG fashion, it says, you know, to find riches and to find glory and all that stuff. That's exactly what Secret of the Dragon Emperor is. But if you guys want to have other, I don't know, reasons why your characters would have motivation to go to this place, I'll give you some more details. So it is rumored that there is a heart in the forest and it is dying. There is also a, it's slowly decaying and going to spread from the center of the hill in the forest, where it is, legend says that the demon lord Sathmog, who you guys know very well, you never saw him, but you heard of him, was slain and banished from the old world 1800 years ago by the dragon knight Eladane. So pretty much there's like this cancerous curse at the middle of this dead forest, and it's slowly spreading outward, and it could potentially envelop the entire world. So you guys might be curious to see what that is. Maybe you know somebody who sent you there. Maybe you got a hot tip for some reason. Maybe you have your own reasons as to why you're going there. Maybe selfish reasons, maybe not. So I think Joey told me originally that his character is very averse to demons, and so he's interested in going there because it's the legendary spot where Eladane defeated Sathmog 800 years ago. However, there's also, it's also rumored that to lift this curse, it lies behind this structure called the Gates of Power, which is a mighty dwarven kingdom beneath the mountains, which also holds untold riches for those brave enough to seek them. So that's pretty much the information you have. You're headed to the Dead Forest. The center of it has some kind of decay that is spreading outward. And there's a place called the Gates of Power that is rumored to have the secrets to lifting the curse of the Dead Forest. And it's a mighty dwarven kingdom beneath the mountains. So I guess very much like Moria from Tolkien. Oh man, the chat is on fire. Okay, oh, credit Philip. This is all Philip Reed stuff, Sam. So we got Bow of Shadows. Enchanted longbow does not require arrows. Draw the string and unleash a cloud of shadows that coalesce into a notched arrow. Max 12 arrows per shift. That's pretty cool. I'm glad it was balanced though. Because because one of the cool things in Dragonbane is if you critically fail, you roll a demon, as Sariel remembers, you can lose all of your arrows entirely. So they cap this out at maximum of 12 arrows. And then we also have Shield of Return, a shield that can be thrown and recalled at a later time. If a target is in the way, it takes damage. I like that. So a shield. So it's just a shield that you can throw. Oh, distance is strength times 2. Yeah, Sam, that'd be awesome, man. Thanks. Send to me in Discord. So cadence, you like the magical skeleton key, but you have to make a d20 roll. Give it a target number to open the mundane long, but if you roll a demon, the door opens to someplace bad. Oh, that's cool. To the demonic realm, perhaps. And Karai says you can recall it later on so that it doesn't come back at the moment, so you can use it to set a trap. That's cool too, yeah. Reminds me of, do you guys ever play Rygar? That old school arcade / NES game where the guy had a shield and he would kind of like hurl it. It was kind of attached to a chain. You remember that game?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Rygar was great. It was crazy how the NES version was so different than the arcade. But I liked it. It was neat. Cool. Yeah. If you guys are not on our Discord server, there's a link down below. And we have a Dragonbane channel. So if you guys are into Discord, feel free to join in, drop some of these cool magical items, and that might give the players some inspiration. So how goes the rolling, guys?
Well, I've made 90 rolls.
Oh, okay. We're going beyond 25.
Yeah,
You're like click, click, click. It's like a,
so right now I
slot
have
machine.
I have 2 things up to 18. I have knives and I have sneaking.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I have
So
sleight of hand up to 17 now.
Wow. So you are definitely setting yourself up to be the greatest thief who've ever lived.
Right, but I'm going to be really bad at like
What about
riding
acrobatics? Did you get that
things.
up?
It's at 14. It's at 14.
Oh, okay.
So pretty good.
Yeah, really good. I'm really curious because I haven't read this campaign in depth yet. I'm curious to see how these encounters feel based on your guys' abilities, because you are experienced adventurers. I'm wondering how they, I guess we'll just see what the encounters look like and how many creatures they send at you.
Well, it makes sense if I remember right. You said that we could, if we wanted to continue the same characters from the Dragon Emperor to this campaign, we could. So they would be pretty powerful anyway,
Yeah.
having done all that. So I
For
guess
sure.
we're making equivalent characters to those.
Yeah, for sure. So Karai, oh, you love the Bestiary Boys. Thanks, man. Well, that's all Joey's idea. So thanks, Joey. He's being very humble right now and silent. But yeah, it's a fun series. We always forget to say that we're doing all of Dragonbane, but if you guys have any ideas or bestiaries or creatures you want in between those, we're happy to make episodes from different creatures in different games too. Thomas has another. I can't talk. Thomas has another one. Commandeur's Elixir, a potion which shrinks the drinker to 1/10 of their usual size. Boon on sneak and sleight of hand. Bane on combat and athletics. Man, that'd be a serious. I feel like it'd almost be like a double Bane on combat, right? You could just be stepped on. Effect removed when subject is touched by water. Credit the sinking tower scenario. Okay. How do you guys feel? I'm just curious. Joe and I were talking about this on one of the episodes we recorded. Might have been offline, but in Dragonbane, darkness is just a bane. So if you're blindfolded or you're in darkness, it's a bane. And we were thinking about that, and I was like, man, it seems like it should be more banes, more than one bane. But also I understand that it is a game, and they probably play tested the hell out of it. So I can imagine they have their reasons for not making it impossibly hard to fight when you can't see. Yeah, the sinking tower, man. I think that's one we want to play. I haven't even read it, but it sounds like a cool one. So Karai says, I don't know why, but the water thing makes me think of Ron. Yeah, totally. we were watching that a little while ago. The most random concept for a TV show. You fall in some kind of cursed puddle of water where I think it was where someone died, and that's what you become when you touch cold water. It's so ridiculous. And I thought it was a kid show, and there's nudity everywhere. So I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? They're redoing the series, and I watched the remake. I did see on Netflix they had a remake, like one season of it, though, I think. Only. I never checked it out, but Amazon Prime has all of the old school ones. Man, Dagwood, I think you're going to the max. You're going to hit 125, right?
Yeah, I have 10 more to go.
Damn, okay.
I think I hit it.
You did 125?
I think so, yeah.
All right, nice. What is your did you max anything out?
Bows.
Bows, okay.
Knives is close.
Nice. Let me bring up your sheets so everyone can take a gander. So if you guys watching, you can see here's where Brian ended up. Might have to like zoom it out. Yeah, your acrobatics is 15, awareness 16. I guess you don't want to be a great hunter and fisher. Or languages. Seamanship, but sneaking is 13, swimming is 10. I thought your swimming would be higher.
You would think.
Considering you're a mariner. But yeah, knives 17, 18 bows. Nice. Okay, I mean, it doesn't seem like OP.
I'm done.
All right, what do you got? Let's see your stuff.
Oh, sorry, I had one more.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you got pretty damn.
Yeah.
So you have sleight of hand maxed out. You have sneaking maxed. You have knives maxed. So you're going to get an additional 1, 2, 3 heroic abilities. Even outside of the 3 you guys are going to get anyway.
6 total, right?
6 total.
Okay.
And then, unless you guys chat, what do you think heroic abilities? Think we should do more than 3 starting? Path of Glory says, I think at least 3. Let's see here really quick here. Yeah, at least 3. So we could go higher if you guys think it's cool. Oh, to the Japanese, that is a kid's show. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I probably will look at heroic abilities that do increase HP and will. That's
Yeah,
gonna.
that makes
I'll
sense.
definitely look at those.
Yeah. And it does say that because you should have at least 3 heroic abilities, or sorry, and skill level of 16 or higher in your best skill. So you're right there, which is great. So at least 3 sounds about right. You can assign more as they progress. Yeah, for sure. So I think starting with 3, and then Matt, you'll get an additional 3. And if anybody else maxed out anything else, you can add 1 heroic ability per 18.
The bunny just said 5 abilities, but I wonder if that's Bunny or if that's Joey.
Is that Joey?
Saying we should start with 5.
Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Because I'm trying to think. Do you guys remember how many you had in Secret of the Dragon Emperor? Was it about 5?
You know what? I think that I had miscalculated whenever I originally built my character in that, and so I had way less than I was supposed to. And it wasn't until almost the end of the game where I was like, oh, I actually am supposed to have 6 and I only have 2. And so I added them really quickly.
Oh.
So I didn't really use my heroic abilities that weren't like they didn't auto adjust my, I don't remember if there was any that adjusted my hit points or my will save or my will points, but yeah, I really want to.
So if you had 6, do you guys I mean, maybe you should have. Well, yeah, I guess
I
you're
really
gonna have
want to
6
lean
anyway.
into trying to use them, actively use them during this
Yeah, because I
campaign.
feel like often it's just the mages who use the willpower points, and then a lot of the other or professions forget about it. So that'd be a good way to use it. So Bunny says 5, and Bunny says yes, it is Joey who's saying that. And Thomas says Splintered Wizard's Wand. When casting a spell once per day, roll a d3 to determine its power level. Ooh, I like that. When using this unpredictable power, the spell always costs 2. That's pretty cool. That's neat. I like that one too. So Karai is co-signing Bunny on this. So Sam, how do you feel about 5? Do you think that's... and remember, someone like Dagwood's going to get 8 in that case.
But you don't know that I got 3 maxed out skills.
True.
Did Ducky finish all of his skill points?
Oh yeah,
Did he get any
Ducky, did
maxed out?
you wrap
I
up?
did not.
Did not yet?
I
Okay.
stopped at 25 because I started
Okay.
sketching. Plus, it leaves it at 100, so it's easy to remember next time.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Sam says 8 or 5, 8. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's see how it goes.
Wait,
I don't-
8 heroic heroic
No.
ability?
No. Everybody will start with a base of 5. And
Oh,
if you hit an 18 on any of your abilities, that will be an additional heroic ability per 18. So in the
okay.
case of Dagwood, he has 8 because he maxed out 3 abilities.
Gotcha.
I don't know, Karai. That's so the one thing. Look at you rolling high. The one thing about heroic abilities that I don't know if I was too stingy with them in the first campaign or not, because it says the most you can ever get them is 1 per adventure site. And granted, I don't think it's probably 1 per character. It's just 1. Maybe somebody does a heroic deed and they get 1. And you figure there's about 14 adventure sites in Secret of the Dragon Emperor. So maybe you have, I mean, it could add up. I mean, if you did like, if there's 4 players and 14, you could end up with like 4 or 5 maybe, just strictly by the adventuring, and that doesn't even count like getting 18s on any skills to get more. So it's totally possible.
Because how many do you start with when you're building a character before Dragon Emperor? Was it 2?
No, you just get 1.
When
when a brand new character, you get the 1 that comes with your profession, and that's it. And then you earn them over time. So yeah, I mean, let's just see how it goes. Why not? So we'll do a base of 5, and then I might regret it. We'll see.
The other thing is that, like, it's not that I missed them before. I mean, I didn't realize I should have had more going through a lot of the stuff in that campaign. But also, I think we always constantly felt like we were super fragile and in danger the whole time. Like, it felt like we could have died at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of fun as well. Like, we
weren't exactly. That's the one thing I like about Dragonbane is you always, because when I've played other games where I'm a high level character and the threat of death isn't there in every moment, you just kind of get a little bored. I feel like often people think like, I want to have like a demigod character, but then when you actually play a game like that and there's no danger, it's less fun because you kind of thrive on the fact that like, ooh, I might die. And that's why I love this game where it max, you only have so many hit points. So you can get down pretty easily. Although the death rolls are pretty forgiving, I guess, too.
I do like 5, and then we add whatever we maxed out on to that.
Yep.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, and that'll give you guys a chance to explore other heroic abilities and make use of them in the game. Cool. Any thoughts on backstory as to why you guys are here? Do you guys want to ruminate on it? Basically, you're going to the Dead Forest. There are some cursed elements in the center of the Dead Forest that is rumored to be where Sathmog was defeated by Eladane, and it's kind of this cancer that's kind of growing out that could basically eventually destroy the entire world. So it's a mysterious dark forest. There's also rumors of a dwarven kingdom somewhere in a mountain that it's the source of hopefully the way to dispel the magic. And you guys, like, why would you guys be hanging out?
Are we an existing party already formed?
Yeah, I think so. Well, again, that's up to you. If we could do a little prologue kind of thing where you guys meet up for different reasons, and so it's like a prequel almost to the campaign, or we could just get right into it and just as the campaign starts, you guys all know each other, you've adventured with each other. Totally up to you. So you guys, I don't know if you guys want to huddle, later before the next session and figure that out.
Yeah.
So Kurai, you are playing a Hyperborea campaign now, and while I have 21 HP at level 4, I was in a party with 2 others with like 5 HP, and I felt like a superhero. I bet. I don't know that anybody ever, in Dragonbane felt like a superhero. I can't think of it. I mean, that could be part of the reason why maybe I should have given you more heroic abilities. But I guess anybody in the chat who's run Dragonbane or played Dragonbane, let me know. I mean, what was your experience with heroic abilities? Were they given out often? Were they given out not often enough? I think what throws me off is the way they name them, heroic abilities. So I was always looking for the players to do something epic to get one. And maybe I was a little too too stingy with them. I don't know.
Because it's not like there's things that we can use for free.
Correct. They're not. We
generally are spending things on them, our willpower. And I only have 9 willpower points. So it's not like I can use these.
That's true.
You know.
That's true. That's true. You're right. Yeah, there is.
So,
it's not like a free use, right? There is a cost.
Yeah. If we had 20 heroic abilities per character, it's not like we could just, go wild spending them and using them.
And like someone said in the chat too, there's the passive ones like extra willpower or extra HP, which are they're cool, but they're not an ability you're going to use. It's just like, oh, I got more HP now. Mm-hmm. Thomas is on fire. The learned hat of languages gain a boon when attempting understanding languages, but unconsciously badly mirror people's accents, gaining a bane in social checks. That's funny. Heroic in low fantasy is not the same as in high fantasy. Yep. Totally agree. Dragonbane's weird. It's like kind of a high fantasy game, but it also feels low fantasy. I feel like they really captured the feeling of, kind of like a 5e adjacent game, but having the OSR vibes where you could die really easily. You don't have a lot of hit points. You don't have, I don't know, just superpowers really. So, Thomas, you just woke up and getting your brain going. Feel free to ignore. No, man, these are great. Yeah, if you have these somewhere, drop them on the Discord server, man. Like, I think these would be cool for everybody to look at in case they want to use them. Sakurai, you said you have run a few shots of Dragonbane and really want to play in a game, so instead you just try to run some games of deep. Yeah. I know. I got to play Dragonbane once. Thomas here in the chat, GM Runs Game. He ran a game for us on our channel. It was fun to finally play it. All right. Well, I guess we're going to think about backstories and stuff, and or at least reasoning as to why you guys are here, other than fame and glory and riches. You guys are going to pick your heroic abilities. Is there anything we want to do before we call it? I guess it's about time.
Yeah.
So we gotta shut her down. All right, cool. Well, hey, you guys out there who like to trash me in the comments about being unprepared, bring it at me. Trash me in the comments. I have thick skin. I realized I was very unprepared. I totally forgot about all the character creation stuff. But thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for helping me with the rules and us with the rules and giving all the amazing magical item suggestions. Don't forget, join our Discord server if you'd like. It's totally free. Links down below. We have a Dragonbane channel where you guys can drop all your cool ideas, and we'll probably drop the character sheets in there when everything's completed, so you guys can keep track of the characters. And what else we got? So Bunny Cat, you're really looking forward to this campaign, and Jess's new accent. I think you guys are gonna love it. I have received rogue abilities after the epic battle played well. By the way, if you back the latest Dragonbane Kickstarter, you get the cloth map of this module. Oh, yeah. I did not. Wait. Yeah. Hot damn. I did back it.
It's a big,
I did not select the cloth map, but yeah.
It's like blanket sized.
I know. Damn. You're going to convince me to get it, damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all cozy on stream.
Oh, we could wear them as cloaks on stream. Yep. The Dragonbane maps. I like that idea. Okay, now I have a use. You've justified it. Let's see what else before we drop. So Thomas says players doing epic things is a really good bonus, but it all offers great customization, so it expands epic things, social storytelling moments, for example. Yeah, I think they're a great. What's the word I'm looking for? reason to do things. Great. Incentive, that's it. Incentive. Joey rolled all of 18s. I'm sure he did. Cool. All right, well, we're going to drop, guys. It's time for us. Matt's staying up very late. And anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week with episode 1 of Path of Glory. Hopefully you'll join us then. Good night.